Badissimos. Hey, it's Concert Buddy. Today's video, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to give a quick talk about the MoFi. Is it or is it not digital for the last 7 years? Just my perspective, just my opinion. And then also I got this new Van Halen box set from the old folks in Bentonville, Arkansas, Walmart. And just wanted to give like my initial opening take and just talk through what I noticed upon popping the rep. So cue that lever. I'll see you in a second. So buddies, what a time to collect records and what a time to be part of the vinyl community. It's wild. To borrow a catchphrase of the Boomer Scalper, it's crazy. Obviously, if you are part of the vinyl community or just loosely collect records, the big dust up here lately has been the situation with MoFi and the implication that since 2015 they've been using digital sources for their releases. There are a ton of videos in the VC done, deep dives, deep op-ed pieces, far better than I could ever put together. I'm talking folks like Michael 45, RPM, Audiophile. I'm talking folks like Mazzy. Even if you've been able to jump into the Rachel's Ghost live streams of the past 4 or 5 days since this news kind of came out. I know today, the day I'm filming this, there was a couple of live streams. One was Mazzy and Mike Esposito at the In-Groove, who kind of broke this news on Wednesday. They already had a pre-scheduled conversation about record stores then and now. Mazzy worked in the 70s in record stores. Obviously, Mike owns a store now. And then this news comes out, so it was kind of a serendipitous situation for that live stream. And then, I mean, that live stream had like 600 plus people. People are interested in this topic for sure. Then from that, there's a live stream of Michael 45 RPM Audiophile over in Germany, was talking to Michael Fremer, whose new venture, The Tracking Angle, just got off the ground before he was obviously at Analog Planet, a well-sourced subject matter expert when it comes to these type of matters. And that live stream got like 1,000 plus people. I think everybody who's anybody was in the comments section of that live stream. I mean, I was there, but you know, obviously Mike and Mazzy both jumped from their live stream to that one. The Wax, a lot of different folks who are regular contributors to the VC. I made the joke, it was like the Avengers, like the entire VC is there. It was like the end of Avengers Endgame when all the Avengers summon up to fight Thanos. Like that's literally what it felt like, which I thought was kind of cool. In one respect, it's kind of unfortunate that an issue like this is what galvanizes folks to kind of get together. And on that, I'll say that, again, my opinion is still kind of forming. I'm not really sure. Does this mean I'm going to quit buying MoFi stuff? I don't know. I haven't really decided. What I will say that's been a positive development is the conversations. I mean, the pros, the cons, the fors, against, all that kind of stuff on both sides of this kind of discussion have been pretty relatively calm, relatively productive, and actually good exchanges, good dialogue. So with Mike Esposito going to the MoFi folks to talk to them about this on Tuesday, it'll be very interesting to see what kind of stuff comes out of it from there. Now, as a consumer, as somebody who's bought a ton of MoFi stuff over the years, like I said, I'm not really sure how I feel about if this is true. I will say that I'm a firm believer in transparency, especially at the consumer end. And if I'm being completely frank and honest, the insinuation that Mobile Fidelity gives as their charge to make the best sounding records is that that's coming from the tapes, particularly as the prices keep going up on their releases, but also they're adding new products at even higher price points. Case in point, the one steps. The one steps that come in that goofy big box, whether or not that's necessary, who knows. But I'll say that it's advertised and it's marketed. If you read the fine print of the marketing jargon that comes out, the language is heavily suggestive that those one steps are coming from tapes, coming from the original source. So more to come there. Again, I'm going to post a ton of links of videos I found informative and interesting from folks who are, you know, well-connected, folks who have so much more perspective on this topic than I do. And quite frankly, I've enjoyed watching their content, so I want to like push it to you guys to get the best information possible, because I'll be the first to tell you, this is just my opinion in this video. I'm a consumer like a lot of you, and I don't know anybody at either of these companies. You've seen me, hot take alert, when it comes to quality control issues. That's the drum I keep banging, and I'm going to continue to bang on these videos, because Mobile Fidelity is not immune from it. They sent me the Eric Clapton Unplugged one step and opened it up, and it seam splits and dirty fingerprints, all that kind of stuff. So I feel it's important to hold these companies to a higher standard, particularly because if we don't, who will? If the consistent vinyl community, the vinyl patrons aren't holding these companies accountable, your children, your parents, your aunt and uncle, whoever is just kind of getting into vinyl and getting into it, and they don't know the difference between audiophile and source from tapes, and they don't understand this stuff, and they're buying Crosley's, whatever, right? The long and the short of it is, it's important to be transparent and consistent about how you relay your messaging. And MoFi, in fairness, has not been the most transparent and consistent outfit when it comes to messaging.
Let me tell you something right now. It don't work that way.
More to come there. Great segue. Talking about these one steps. I, like a lot of folks in the vinyl community, were excited when Mobile Fidelity announced the first 6 Van Halen albums were going to be released as one steps. Release dates TBD. All that said, I did make a purchase recently on some Van Halen records. Let's just get into it.
You are not the We are done! We are done! You will take my lawyer tomorrow morning!
All right, so what you're seeing here is a Walmart exclusive box set of the first 6 Van Halen records. Obviously all on Warner Brothers Records. The only place you can get this, again, Walmart. I had no idea this even existed. I have to give credit or blame, however you want to look at it, to my buddy Brandon, Mr. Hall of Fame, a lot of you know from the VC. We're playing a nice game right now where I'm recommending records to him that I've found that he was probably interested in, and he buys them, and I'm the bad influence. And now it's my turn for him to be the bad influence and me buying this one. But something I wanted to buy. I mean, it's obviously tongue-in-cheek. Brandon's a fantastic dude. That said, Walmart exclusive, comes with this, kind of foil box application here. It's got a nice date. It leads you to believe that maybe they'll do the Van Hagar stuff one day, someday, with a similar treatment. Pictures of the artwork of the first 6 albums. Then the question is, how do they sound? So I got this package this morning, opened it right up. I was a little apprehensive, and I say that because before I got it, I'd been kind of sitting on the purchase for a couple weeks, and because I was wanting to get some more kind of community feedback, more crowdsourcing of information. And on Discogs, a lot of folks were talking about, stop me if you've heard this one, quality control issues related to they would open a record and pull it out and expect to see, let's call it 1984, and there was the album for Van Halen 2. And then they open Van Halen 2, pull it out, and it's Van Halen 2. So duplicates of the same album, but then they're missing the title that they're looking for. That stuff happens. Obviously, I'm not trying to hold Warner or anybody else's feet to the fire. But again, been banging this drum about quality control. It's just frustrating. Again, first world problems. We're looking for the perfect experience for very imperfect art when it comes to vinyl records. So I do try to approach it with that lens. That said, when I opened mine, I put Van Halen 1 on because, that's what you're supposed to do. And upon opening, I'll just show you guys. As you can see, that center label's kind of got the new Warner font logo. It doesn't have the old WB shield on this, but then they do like an homage to the old center stickers there with the palm tree treatment and so forth. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but you can see a lot of dust, a lot of paper shards on this front side. I might have to give these a deep clean later because there's a slight little imperfection there. I think it played through the first time. I didn't notice it, so no skipping. So hopefully that little paper jam or whatever that is, I can work through. But this record was stuck like a booger in this inner sleeve to the point where I was slowly trying to wedge it out. Like it did not want to come out. And then I'm not sure if the camera will pick that up, but I split both of these ends pulling it out. So first world problems.
Oh, but baby.
Frustrating nonetheless, but more importantly, let's just get to the juice here. Sounds good. Sounds really good. Happy with the way it sounds because I'm not 100% sure if these are the same plating used with, I think it was 2015, the Chris Bellman reissues. I've got those. Those sound dynamite. So my assumption is it probably was. I haven't had time to look at the dead wax to compare, but they do sound, again, first listen on Van Halen 1, sounded great. Can't complain there. But where I can complain is, again, the quality control. Let me put on, I got to put on the oven mitt because this is another hot take alert where I'm just going to walk you guys through it. Van Halen 1. Nice printing, solid art, can't complain. I will give them credit. They did include these repo backstage passes, these laminates, which I thought was a nice touch. This is a repo of the March 3rd, 1978 Chicago Aragon Ballroom show backstage pass. So I thought that was a nice value add for something like this. They did that on all the titles. Here's the one for Women and Children First, 1980. So again, these little subtle kind of like add-ons, this is the kind of stuff that excites me because when it's an exclusive, particularly a retailer exclusive, this makes me want to hit that click buy it now button, right? But what doesn't make me do that kind of stuff is, I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but you see this gap here? I don't know, you haven't heard a lot from Stevie Wonder over the years. My assumption is that they've put him to work in the production plants because clearly somebody not paying attention at the wheel of assembling these jackets.
Just standing up for my rights as a consumer.
And I don't want to say that there was a mad rush. There wasn't like a pre-order. It wasn't like pent-up demand that people were just slapping and taping where these things are going to happen. To walk it back a little bit, all my records did check out. Record inside did match the jacket, so I didn't have that problem that some folks are having on Discogs. So that was a nice exhale point. And again, these are first world problems, but something like this, and if it was just, isolated to just my one Van Halen 1 copy, cool. Nope.
Oh, wow. You gotta be shitting me.
Familiar with this record? Nice diver down. Do. Again. What are we doing, folks? Can't be this hard. I've worked in manufacturing for close to 20 years. It's not this hard. Is there fallout? Is there quality issues in any business, any form of manufacturing? 100%. If you can be at 5% fallout from a production run, it's not optimal. You want to be less than that, but it's not surprising. Folks, if you have this box set, are you seeing this too? Surely, I'm not the only one. It wasn't just my copy that came to me in St. Louis, Missouri, taped like this.
People get very mean over priceless things.
I'm not really bent out of shape about it, and it's frustrated. Again, getting these, ordering this vinyl, throwing it on my turntable, adding it to my collection, it should be a fun event. And by and large, this is a solid pickup. But for Pete's sake, what more can it take to go from solid to exquisite to satisfied to pumping my fist to myself, right? Don't do stuff like this. Especially, my fear is, and again, circling back to the MoFi conversation, those one-steps. depending on how that whole conversation goes and what more information comes out, it's not like when they announced Thriller, for example, which kind of kicked off that whole conversation. They're going to make 40,000 one-steps of Thriller. It's not like they said, hey, this is Thriller and Michael Jackson's Thriller, and then the audio is going to be Tito or Jermaine or Randy or Daryl. I don't know, right? It's not like a bait and switch like that, but this MoFi stuff, like, it's a solid investment. These are $125 a piece. Van Halen's got 6 releases coming out. The last thing I want to do, regardless of the sourcing and how that comes out, if I choose to make that purchase, I want that thing on day one to be ready to jam, no imperfections, none of this nonsense. Like I said, I got that Eric Clapton recently, the unplugged seam splits, gotta contact them. Then you go through the email wars to try to get resolution. So anyway, sorry, I went back to the original topic. I'm bouncing back and forth, but all in all, a very interesting piece. I'm glad I have it. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. Again, the one step, I got to figure out if I'm going to keep those. But if you're interested, I'm glad to leave a link down below. I don't know. There's no information suggesting that there's a finite amount of these being made, so I could easily see them having these available for a long time. I don't know. This is not a ringing endorsement. This is not a suggestion telling you how to spend your money. It's the last thing I want to do on my channel.
When people try to tell me things for my own good, it turns me off too.
All that said, I want to be very transparent, hint, hint, MoFi, about what this is and let you guys draw your own conclusions. So, folks, tell me in the comments, anybody else pick this up? What have been your thoughts, experiences, initial listens? What do you guys think? Is this something you're curious to pick up? Again, leaving the link below. I'll let you do your own consumer journey from that point on, but I just want to be a fully transparent operation here on the Concert Buddy YouTube channel. All right, you know where I'm going. Boom, 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 boom. Thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you made it this far in the video, I am especially thankful because reading my data analytics, a lot of folks don't get this far. So if you've journeyed this far, let's journey a little bit farther.
And if you've come this far, maybe you're willing to come a little further.
And if you get the chance, if it's this box set, it's your own Van Halen, if it's even your mobile fidelity releases since 2015, just spin it. I'll see you later.
Well, well, well. How the turntables...
Well, we out of time.